Each sunrise presents a quiet doorway, not to the noise, but to yourself. As the Buddha said, the energy you emit, you draw in. The vision you hold, you manifest, yet most people wake up only to fall back asleep. Not in bed, but in life, perpetually browsing, processing thoughts planted by others, chasing a reality that leaves them exhausted. But what if your morning became your power? What if the first thing you said to yourself could shape your entire day? Your mood, your peace, your focus, your life. In this video, you'll discover 5 powerful truths to tell yourself every single morning, rooted in ancient Buddhist teachings, emotional intelligence, and profound personal growth. 1. I am not my thoughts. I am the quiet awareness beneath them. Every morning, the world rushes in before the sun fully rises. Thoughts start before our eyes even open. Worries from yesterday, expectations for today, fears for tomorrow. And most people suffer before they've even left the bed, not from pain in the body, but from the noise in the mind. A soundless storm rises in our consciousness, and it steals our peace silently. But the first truth you must tell yourself each morning is this: I'm not my thoughts. I am the peace beneath their surface. It sounds simple, but it holds the power to shift your entire day. In Buddhist teachings, the mind is like an agitated monkey moving from branch to branch, never still. But beyond the monkey's chaos is the sky, vast, silent, undisturbed. That sky is your true self. The mind thinks, judges, predicts, reacts. But you are the one who observes. When you begin the day by identifying with your thoughts, you tie your soul to their fluctuations. If anxiety fills your thoughts, you become anxious. If criticism dominates them, you feel ashamed. But none of that is you. You are the space that holds the thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. This is why most people suffer before breakfast. They never pause to notice. They wake up already inside their mind, already believing the morning narrative. Without knowing it, they let their mind speak first and their spirit second. But a mindful morning is built by reversing that. Let your spirit speak first. Tell yourself, I am not these thoughts. I am the silent presence observing their passage. This truth changes everything. Because once you create that space, just a moment of awareness, you're no longer trapped in the storm. You are sitting beside it calmly, like a peaceful monk in meditation beneath the tree, unmoved by the wind. When you observe instead of react, you give yourself the gift of choice. You are not the voice in your head. You are the awareness that hears it. And the more you rest in that silence, the more power you reclaim. So tomorrow morning, before the world has a chance to enter your mind, pause. Rest on the side of your bed, close your eyes, breathe in, and speak this quietly to your heart. I am not my thoughts. I am the stillness holding them. 2. Everything I need is already within me. In the early hours, when the light is still soft and the world is just beginning to stir, a subtle false belief arises, a quiet lie that whispers, you are not enough. It arrives before your feet touch the ground, a thought that says, you should transform more, succeed more, validate more, and in that moment you begin to chase. But before the first step of the day is taken, remember this truth: everything I require is already part of me. Buddhism teaches that suffering begins the moment we believe something outside us will complete us. The moment we forget our wholeness, we start grasping at achievement, acceptance, affection, recognition. It becomes a loop. We run toward things thinking they'll fill an inner emptiness, only to find that the more we run, the more distant peace becomes. Because peace cannot be found in things. It is already there, like still water beneath restless waves. In the morning, this illusion of lack is strongest. It's in scrolling through others' curated lives, in the mental checklist of all you haven't done yet, in comparison, inner criticism, the pressure to achieve more. But when you pause and speak to yourself, everything I need is already here, you break the spell. You return to sufficiency, not the sufficiency of ego, but the knowing of soul. Imagine a seed. From the outside it looks small, insignificant, but within it lies the potential of an entire forest. You are that seed. And yet most people forget. They seek light outside without realizing the sun also rises within them. When you're rooted in your own enoughness, you walk through the world not as a beggar, but as a giver. You don't chase love, you embody it. You don't seek worth, you express it. So each morning, before the noise begins, return to this truth. Put your hand to your chest. Close your eyes. Breathe gently and remind yourself, everything I require already resides in me. 3. No external element has power over my peace. A silent strength resides within you, a strength not born from force, but from stillness. Each morning the world begins to stir with confusion, disturbance, requirements, assumptions. Some will come with anger, some with judgment. And without awareness you absorb it. But here is a truth that can change your entire day. No external force can shake my inner peace. You are not a receptacle intended to capture others' feelings. You are a reflective surface that observes without clinging. In Buddhism, we learn that suffering often comes not from what happens, but from how we carry what happens. The moment you internalize another person's chaos, you lose your own center. To live with calm in a chaotic world is not weakness. It is mastery. Spiritual distance is not hardening your heart, but awakening your consciousness. It is loving without losing yourself, helping without holding, listening without absorbing. Imagine a peaceful, silent lake. Stones may be thrown, winds may blow, but the depths remain undisturbed. This is the practice, to let the world touch the surface, but never shake your foundation. You are not responsible for the storms in other people's minds. Their anger is not yours. Their fear is not yours. What defines you is how you return to yourself after being pulled. Each morning you get to choose. Will you carry the world on your shoulders, or will you walk through it with rooted calm? Say to yourself gently, nothing beyond me can disrupt my calm. For today, I embrace presence instead of pressure. Most people wake up already running, not with their feet, but with their mind. The pressure begins before the eyes fully open. Tasks to complete, messages to reply to, responsibilities waiting like an army outside the bedroom door. This is the truth to carry into the start of each day. Today I select mindfulness instead of stress. When you rush your morning, you rush your life. You start the day not as an aware soul, but as a device, reacting, hurrying, checking, chasing. Before you've taken your second breath, the day is already in control of you. But Buddhism reminds us to return. Return to your breath. Return to this moment. Because this moment is the only place where life truly lives. The Buddha once said, "The challenge is thinking time stretches forever." We often live as if life is postponed until some future point, after the inbox is cleared, after the meeting ends. But life doesn't begin when the to-do list is done. Life is happening now, in this breath in, this breath out, in a peaceful cup of tea, in sunshine touching your face. Pressure is often just a deception dressed up as importance. It convinces us that racing ahead is mandatory, that handling multiple things is impressive. But pressure only pulls us away. It disconnects us from the softness of the present. Presence is your true home. It asks for nothing but your attention. No performance, no perfection, just your willingness to show up fully to what's here. So when the morning arrives, don't begin with your to-do list. Begin with a breath, a pause, a hand resting on your heart. Speak to yourself with kindness. Today I select mindfulness instead of stress. 5. I am releasing so life can stream forward. Each morning gives you a quiet choice, to clutch or to set free. Most of us, without noticing, start the day already clinging to plans, to expectations, to how we think things should unfold. But here's a truth that can gently set you free. I release my grip so life can move naturally. Attachment is a gentle sort of cage. You may not see the bars, but you feel the weight, the need to control, the fear of change. Buddhism teaches that suffering begins where attachment takes root. The moment you say, "This needs to unfold this way," you invite fear. But life, like a river, was never meant to be forced. It was meant to be followed. Your plans matter, but they're not meant to become chains. When you grip results too firmly, you block what's trying to unfold. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means embracing the movement, trusting knowledge deeper than your understanding. The bamboo bends with the wind, not because it's weak, but because it knows how to stay standing. In that surrender, you don't lose your strength. You discover it. So speak softly to your soul as the day begins. I relinquish the compulsion to orchestrate. I release how I imagined things. I trust life to lead. The more you loosen your grip, the more your life begins to flow, like breath, like water, like time. You move with life instead of struggling against it. As the Zen teaching says, when the mind is still, the truth has a chance to speak. Begin each day by attending to your soul and watch your outer reality mirror your internal peace.